Hi guys.
I hope we're back on again. And as you see, and as we see, we have the third match of today. And it's Carl-Philipp Blaschke
Versus Daniel Berkel. It's Sky Striker versus Thunder Dragon.
You saw his hand cards
already? I
saw
saw a Matrix, I think.
Yay, Striker.
Yeah, Striker. If you have seen most of my streams, or the streams which I casted in, I hate casting Sky Striker matches because the deck has so many options, and I'm terrible at the deck, so they just do all the stuff I wouldn't do. Yeah. So he's setting a bunch of back rows, and did he just activate Shizuku before he set the engage back? Oh, bro, you just tapped on your Shizuku. I would so shark you on that. Yeah, okay, so now...
But also it's looked pretty amazing. Like, just he has a fear to say everything is possible if he gets the right targets. What the heck?
Okay, so let's go right into game 2.
I take everything back. What happened?
Yeah,
Did he misplay so hard?
No, he didn't play at all. Like Daniel scooped.
Oh, okay.
That was a big part for Sky Striker.
I didn't get that.
He had like probably 2 anchors, which the thing is, if you go second versus Striker as Thunder, and you can't OTK them or build like a board that they can't get over. I mean, if they open big, you lose, because if you summon like your multiple Colossus, they have a setup of 2 or more anchors, then they will just take all your cards and OTK you. They will just take away your Colossuses, and yeah, then you will die.
Okay, so I just hope for Daniel that he makes us through the second turn.
Yeah, I mean, I'm angry at Daniel. I'm mad at him.
Why?
Yeah, so
do you think he could
entertain us a bit?
Yeah.
Don't scoop before you did anything. We just saw first when we sat down a few cards with Shizuku. You don't scoop that on stream.
What we also talked about, that when your hand says there is no play, what if the board says there is no play?
I mean, of course, he did not reveal what he is playing now. That is a big factor. Because
do you think he has a secret tech?
No, but Carl doesn't know that he has to side against Thunder Dragons.
I guess strikers don't really need to side so strong against Thunder.
Sure, I mean, they could side in Lancea. They side a lot against Thunder, actually. They side in evenly matched and Lancea, probably.
Yeah, we don't have a deck list, so we just could...
they side Apocrypha, Forbidden Apocrypha.
Yeah, okay, there are many options, but I guess in the matchup now, he wouldn't side anyway.
I think he would definitely side. So that was basically that gave Daniel an advantage going into game 2. Let's check it. Galileo de Obladia. It's a big name in the Yu-Gi-Oh community. He topped with Sky Striker, and yeah, his side deck was 3 Lancea, 1 Super Polymerization, 3 evenly matched, and 3 Forbidden Apocrypha. And you would maybe consider siding in Infinite Impermanence.
Okay, in this case.
This is 13 cards. You would probably side out like the Strikes, the Warning, the Shared Ride, the Heavy Storm Duster, the Twin Twister, the cards that are absolutely useless in this matchup. So yeah, this gives him a big advantage. I mean, maybe Carl saw him play earlier and now he still sided in. But yeah, I'm not too sure about scooping instantly. You can always find ways to kill people.
In a 60-player tournament, it's really obvious in on much point or on some point that everyone knows what you play.
Maybe not in round 3 already, but yeah, Daniel does not seem too happy with this hand. Or he is just like, okay, sure. He sides in Dankos. Maybe Thunder King Kaiju, so he lets Carl go first. He maybe just sided in evenly matched and stuff, and he sides wrong.
There is a Lockbird.
That's a good card against danger decks. So, I don't really agree with letting your Sky Striker opponent go first and siding in Lockbirds. I mean, yes, it stops their turn. Sometimes the turns get really weird because of that. But, I mean, it's still like, it is a -1. And if he gets into the Ray float, which
like
he does now, and he does not have a Kaiju, then he might not be able to OTK, and Carl could recover from it.
But look at his face. I guess this say everything.
So
he's very disappointed about the start hand, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, Thunder.
Nah, I think it's his poker face. He discards Thunder Dragon. That's a good start. He can just.
I see some disappointment in his face.
I mean, starting with Thunder Dragon is always great because you can profit off of your dangers more. You have more cards in hand. You can discard useless Thunder Dragons. That's fine. And if you don't, you can still summon one with Saryuja and make Colossus out of those.
Twister.
Yeah, I mean, he's in a good spot now. He set a Rota. That was a bluff. Lockbird hurt. Even though I don't agree with the Lockbird play, that was a bad hand for a Carl to get Lockbirded on.
Yeah, let's watch Allure. Nice.
Discard Roar, and I call it a game. Okay, it's Nessie.
It's Nessie.
So he appears to have more dangers. He discards Hawk to summon a Thunder Dragon, which is an easy Colossus. Now with some Sky Blaster, yeah, now we combo off. Now we can see the Thunder Dragon deck in action unless Carl decides to scoop. But I don't see a point why he would do that.
the favorite token were picked.
Okay, that was a loud noise in our headphones. Yeah. So this a basic play for the deck. You go into like Link Karibo or Link Spider, and then you go into a Saryuja instantly. Sometimes you can also go for like Nightmares before that, but that makes no sense because then you can't draw off of your Saryuja. So
let's get some card quality.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
If there was an Ash, it would have been dropped by now.
But at this point, I guess it was kind of lucky, but the idea of going second may start out.
Yeah, it worked. I mean, I see the point why Thunder Dragon players do that, because Denko Sekka is a good card in Thunder Dragon particularly. Because after your first turn, you can always also make them into a Colossus. Or into Roar. That is so good. Effect Roar, summon Dark or Matrix maybe. Read your own cards before you activate their effects. Always good.
Now the value machine is online.
Yeah. Do some quick maths. And he special summons. And is that another Roar? Yeah, I think Roar can special summon itself.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, it is.
He drops another Allure.
Okay.
He probably has like Matrix and Dark in hand. So I understand why he doesn't necessarily want to summon out Dark. But I also see why you would keep Dark in hand, because then you can go for a Titan next turn if the turn will be survived by Carl, and then you have another pop ready. Also doesn't really help you to have a dead Roar on board. But I think this should end in an OTK.
Yeah. Now let's go into some boss monsters.
Oh wait, it doesn't necessarily have to be an OTK, because Kana is played now. Kana, the new Sky Striker Link, Earth type, says that as soon as she gets summoned, she can target a monster of the opponent's side, and that one can't attack until your opponent's next turn? No, until the end of the next turn, I think. Or end of turn. I don't know. End of next turn it should be.
So he could prevent the OTK, but what is still left? Not much more.
No, that's true. But still, he's not OTK. I mean, you should always try to play out your turns to the fullest, right? So you get the best board, the best setup for the next turn. Because top decks can happen, and it can always happen that you screw up your turns. Or the opponent has like some secret super play. Maybe there is a Ra Sphere mode in his hand. And Hornet Drones.
It would be amazing.
Yeah, that would hurt.
Okay, now we do the math.
I mean, he could activate Titan.
No, he goes straight into battle.
Yeah, I think it's better because...
And
like,
now?
it would be a little more damage maybe, but it doesn't... Okay, he goes into Hayate. I mean, not activating the Matrix in hand allows Carl to go into Hayate because then he does not have to fear the OTK.
Mm-hmm.
But I think milling an anchor or something like that is only dangerous if Carl has more anchors and like another ray in hand. So that is a possibility. He moved the engage because he doesn't want to top deck it. That makes sense as well. So Ray is summoned back. I can't activate the effect of tributing again. So he just runs over it and then attacks with Colossus. So he deals a reasonable amount of damage, right?
Yeah, but one more turn.
Yeah. 1-3 to Saryuja, 2-6 with one Colossus, and 3-2 as well. Or, yeah, should be. Is Matrix effect and damage still actually enough? No. Be like 300 short, or am I missing something? Like Saryuja attacked over Hayate, then one Colossus is blocked by Ray, and one Colossus and Titan go through. So it's 1-3 plus 3-2 would be 4-5, then another Colossus would be 7-1. So Matrix does not kill. Alright, so knowing the hand would be good. But
what would be the best possible top deck you could get now?
Like an anchor, having a ray, and like at this point he really needs two anchors and a ray, and he doesn't.
He does.
So yeah.
Okay, into game 3.
Right. So not having the sided Apocrypha, if he sides Apocrypha, I would strongly recommend that in Striker, does hurt him in the end. So not revealing what you're playing, Daniel, good move. Siding in the Lockbirds, debatable. Yeah, it stops the turn. It's absolutely fine. I love playing Lockbirds in Jigstars. I mean, for obvious reasons, but also against Sky Striker. Like naturally main decking Lockbirds because you have a retarded combo gives you an edge. It's true.
If you have the place for one kind of hand trap, which do you choose?
In my main deck?
In your main deck?
Always Ash Blossom. It's so good against every deck.
I guess so.
Yeah. Ash Blossom is just the queen. It's the most played card in Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now.
And just because you ask in side deck?
In side decks, it would be definitely Lancea. If I play against combo decks, I know they want to go first. And like all the combo decks banish cards. Like if you're playing against dangerous Cyberstein FTK, it's even fine because you can prevent them from going into Allure or beginning of the end. It's great against Thunder Dragons because they also can't Allure or they can't go for Collapse Serpent, Wyver Buster. It's good against Arcus because they can't use the Arcus and go for Allure. So yeah, Lancea, crazy card.
So now the brains are melting about what to side.
I would always side Lancea at the moment. The card has such a safe spot in my side deck. Is it good against Lunalight? I doubt that. So yeah, Lunalight is good.
Do we have Lunalight in the competition?
It won YCS Chicago.
Yeah, I mean today.
Oh, today. Let's just see. We got a metagame breakdown, which I can read out to you. It is 13 Sky Striker, 12 Ultra Guys, 9 T-Drags, 5 Trickstars, yay! 4 Pendulums, 3 Crusadia, which I probably played with the Guard Dragon engine, 3 Danger Orcus, and 12 others. So Lunalight might count in as other. I would not call it other, as it just won YCS Chicago. But yeah. Such a small representation kind of makes a deck other. Yes, guys, I agree. Ichikrom. It's just that Striker is slightly boring since it has been around for ages. Yeah, I'm completely in on that. I mean, the deck has shifted, but like the basic plays of recycling your engages and drawing like a madman, they haven't.
I hope we don't get the same situation like in game 1. So he lays his board down and Daniel reconsider his hand and accept this.
Yeah.
He has no choice.
Yeah, you just can't play through that unless you main deck Denko. Which you can do in pure Thunder Dragons. Really easy. And I like that, actually. But you just can't kill them, even with Denko. Like, Decana Ray Float is just so good to prevent OTKs. But still having Denko on board, whilst having a Colossus, that is indeed very good. Because they sometimes just can't access their impermanences, their strikes, their anchors that could help them get back into the game.
Okay, and now is the start of round 3. He starts with the engage.
Do we see the iconic Ultimate Rare Lockbird again?
I guess no.
Multi-roll is set, and
Oh!
the Lockbird. I guess no.
Okay.
So yeah, multi-roll seems kind of greedy, but there
this lucky smile.
Yeah, he's happy about his Lockbirds.
Yeah.
I mean, if he has a good hand, if he has like Anchor, if you don't always start with Engage, so sometimes you just start with a Shizuku Search and 3-card set.
But maybe he has a Ray.
And maybe he's gonna be the one that saves me.
Saves me!
And after all, you're my wonder. Okay. So multi-roll is activated. Probably Array summoned next to it, because like it would be incredibly greedy to not go for Array or an Anchor if you don't have it, if you know that your opponent plays Lockbird. Unless he predicted that Daniel sided out the Lockbirds. Because if you want to go first, if you think that you will go first, then you side out the Lockbirds, because Lockbird and Colossus isn't too good. But look at this 3 set cards and the Array. Is there a Denko? Denko Rekka. Renko Sekka.
And
Spanko Decker. Pankratops. And Snake is revealed, so he might just draw into the Denko Sekka that he probably sides. Nessie is discarded. Tsushinoko is summoned. That is some fine +1. Helping to cycle through the deck. And Carl-Philipp Blaschke is not happy about that.
It's all about card quality at this moment.
Yeah, and Daniel is just... he is focused. He knows he's in this.
His face. Oh, what's that card? Let's choose it.
Jackalope, the bunny rabbit, as I like to call him, which is kind of also a deer.
A deer?
Yeah, he has like a Geweih. Tribute summoning a Thunder Dragon monster, the Roar. That is interesting. And he summons Diablos of the Darkest Layer, bro dragon. Not targetable card stuff. We have seen that in Striker at the beginning, actually, because people found it was hard to out, and it also rips apart a card in hand of your opponent as soon as you activate the Ray effect to tribute it. You think the mechanics of the card game developed into negative?
Yeah.
I mean, in the beginning, there was no way to win by fishing through your whole deck and win instantly. I mean, it was all the time. Like, we have had so many FTKs in the history of this game. It was like, do you remember Mad Scientist FTKs and stuff? So it's always been an issue to dig through your entire deck in the first turn. There were a few formats where you couldn't play mad combos, but now it's just so common. So let's get back into this game. Pankratops is being pointed at. Maybe because he was attempting to attack.
Okay, use the effect.
Yeah, and
to get rid of it.
Hayate is being destroyed by battle to send probably an anchor. Because if there is another set card activated from Carl, then he could set back the anchor with a multi-roll that is face up on the field, whilst Pankratops could destroy the multi-roll. So you have to put that into consideration. Carl, what are you doing now? Matze, what do you think is he going to do with the Hayate? What is he going to send? Eagle Booster, you think? Yeah, probably. That sounds about right.
Nah.
So Ray is being attacked. Dangers need to be deleted ASAP. Yeah, I think so too. Dangers are way too good. You play 30.
Maybe not deleted, but restricted in kind of ways.
Yeah, just take them out, honestly. Ban all the good ones. You have guaranteed summons with draws.
Just erase.
Yeah, it's like Dangers are.
I would think that's a wrong way to consider a problem like that. Erase is not the solution.
Why?
For me.
I mean, you can just like ban Tsushinoko, Jackalope, and Nessie. Because those are the problem ones, because they guarantee the summon. No matter what you hit. I mean, unless you start 3 snakes. But what are the odds on that? So,
okay, we see some set cards.
Yeah, I think it's this hand. Maybe it's an Eradicator.
Yeah.
So Link 2 into Reprodokus. This will be a Roar effect now that might summon Dark. The Reprodokus can target the Dark, make a Dino, go into summon Sorceress. He should summon it on the left side, by the way, because otherwise Pankratops will block everything. Or he could just, use Pankratops, but that would be an unnecessary waste of a pop resource. Yeah.
I hope he will. Okay.
Yeah, he's kind of forced to use Pankratops unless he wants to summon a Dino. I mean, he could summon an extra Pankratops, but the effects would be negated, so that wouldn't be too great. I guess he will activate the Dark at first to search out a Hawk. Should be the case at least. And now Carl doesn't know what to do anymore. So Anchor is being activated on the Summon Sorceress. I think he also activated the Summon Sorceress effect to summon a monster on the opponent's side of the field, which is really smart actually, because then he can't
can't use the main monster zone anymore.
Yeah. He can't use the spells.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's fine. You're good.
I'm odd. Give me some space.
So Roar is being summoned by Hawk. I think this will end up on on one single Colossus. No, bro, your Summon Sorceress got anchored. You can't use it. Okay, so one Colossus will be set up. If there is another anchor, which would be really weird because he started out on a Lockbird, so 2 anchors in hand and a Ray, would be good.
Would be great patience of Carl-Philipp.
Yeah.
If he waits till this point.
I mean, he didn't really give him any kind of opportunity to activate the second anchor. Because the only effect that you really want to anchor is the of Summon Sorcerers. So yeah, it was correct of Daniel to take out the multi-roll because, that would give him another anchor and then he could start playing. But there is an immediate pass after setting another card, I guess.
Carl-Philipp is not happy about it, but
No anchor.
I guess he tried to figure out if he has a play or an answer of this.
No, he doesn't. And now Summon Sorcerers can resolve after being summoned last turn. You don't see that very often. He will go into Roar, and now he can just float through his entire engine, go into Dark, use Fusion, Hawk, whatever. He can do everything he wants. I don't know his hand, so I can't really say what the best play is. I think he has 3 or 4 cards in hand. 3. This is huge. Jackalope is normal summoned.
Okay.
And he apparently goes for Nightmare Phoenix. Makes a lot of sense. Sure, puts a Chanting 2 so it can't get Ash Blossomed. Veiler discarded.
And?
He targets the new set. Makes sense because, Terraforming. The last cards, the 2 cards that were set the first turn already didn't bother him. So why would they now? So he summons Dark and probably goes into a Link 3 to search out Hawk so that he can go into a Colossus play. Maybe he goes into Unicorn, tries to ditch another card of the set cards. Why not summon Veiler, discard Bunny? That would have been a better play. I think so too. I absolutely agree. But normal summon Bunny is so stylish. That would be smart. Yeah, we hate smart.
We also don't know his deck list, so maybe he has an option for this play. Maybe he needs the light for a Bill S.
So he goes into a Link, I don't know, play. It's very shiny, apparently.
It's a light type.
Yeah.
Over light type.
So what do you search out with Dark here? I think it's just going to be like a Hawk. At this point, I think Carl knows that he lost because his last 2 set cards. Maybe there is an Apocrypha. So if Daniel decides to commit to 3 fusion monsters, he probably gets Apocrypha and might lose then. So, Daniel, if you want to close this out, and if you don't want to go into any risks, you don't summon like another fusion monster next to your Link monster that nobody can see. Is it Saryuja? We don't know. If it's Saryuja, he could summon another monster and make that into a fusion monster. Oh, there is Diablos, the darkest of layer dudes. And then not even Apocrypha would save him. Handshake,
GG.
Thunder Dragon, Danger wins the game. And there's another one. Link monster is Borrowload. Thank you. Why can you see that and we can't? Meister Lampe.
GG.
I was the Pancratops.
It was the Pancratops.
Okay, Lucas. Thanks for participating. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Daniel, the mastermind, Berkel. Very good choices in that match. very smart. It was smart. Do you disagree?
Yeah, I think like discarding
Yeah,
Barney would have been better. I don't agree with having Valor going second against. I mean, it can be fine. You can negate a Kagari, so they can't search out the engage because you still have it in your graveyard, and then your Shizuku doesn't work anymore. But then, I mean, Valor does so much less than so many other cards. So yeah. I don't really agree with his side deck choices, but it has still worked out for him. I mean,